Okay, so I wanted to do a video specific to the remote control that we have been primarily shipping with our kits. This is going to be the remote you get with either the Micro Scout, our 5-inch Cobra Racer, or possibly an Arise kit, or even our Hawk and Longbow kits are starting to use this remote. It fits well in the kids' hands. It's kind of like a gaming remote. We've made a shift to where we're using primarily INAV for our Cobra, our Hawk, and our Longbow and Arise drones. So INAV makes it possible for us to use different receivers and that sort of thing, but mainly wanted to spend a few minutes to go over the remote. I'll switch over to a computer view here shortly, but I wanted to, in almost all cases, the SA, or this switch here, will be your arming switch. In almost all cases, SB will be your flight modes, such as angle mode, horizon, acro. Any sort of flight mode is going to be on this switch here, SB. SC, this switch, is going to be navigation modes, such as position hold, altitude hold, and return to home. And then lastly, this switch, SD, could be a few different things. If you are purchasing the Cobra kit, then this is going to be something called turtle mode, which makes it possible for you to flip your drone over when you have crashed, if you're upside down. If you are purchasing the Hawk or Longbow kit, then this is going to be a mission planner waypoint engagement. This will start your waypoint missions. So this switch potentially could do a couple of different things depending on the kit that you have purchased. And then when I move over to the computer, I'll show you how you can actually change these. The SA is a 2-position switch, so it's again the arming switch, and it is either armed or not armed. The SB and SC switches are 3-position switches, and then the SD is also a 2-position switch. The sticks, so your left stick up and down is your throttle. Think of the accelerator in your car. This is not like a DJI drone. Most of your automated, autonomous, high-dollar, fancy drones want the stick to be in the middle, and it acts as an altitude adjustment. Going up and down changes your altitude. But with INAV and in racing drones, your stick always has to be down or else it will not arm. And this acts as an accelerator. So it is different. Think of it different. The left and right is yaw. So think of yaw, if this is your drone, is spinning left and right. That is yaw, like that. Okay? This is going to be pitch, up and down, pitching forward. So you would pitch like this to go forward. That would be flat, pitching forward to go forward. And then obviously if you're flat, let's see if I do this on the camera right, and then you pitch backwards, you're going to go that way. So this is pitch. And then roll is this way, and roll gives you more of a turn. Yaw is this way, roll is rolling back and forth. So that's what these are. So those are your switches, those are your sticks. This is your charge. This is where you charge, and this remote also will work on a simulator. Key to the simulator, do not actually turn on the remote when you use it for the simulator. You just plug it in, it gets its power from the computer, so you do not turn this on when you use it on the simulator. This is actually an audio jack. Some people or some video transmitters also have microphones built in, and so when they transmit the video, they also transmit the sound, and therefore you could actually tune in and listen to the RPMs of your motors when you fly. Some people like to do that. Lastly, turning your radio on. It's a press and a hold, and then you're waiting for tones. Hopefully you can hear it. And then it's blue. So that tells me it's on. When I turn it off, and it's off. Okay, the last thing, and one more thing, I highly suggest you looking at your instruction guide when you get your remote, because there are some things you'll need to know. LED indicators. So when it's getting low, if it, you need to know these sorts of things. Protocol. I have already done this part of the steps, but if you ever needed to change protocol, this actually plays in. I'll show that when I get over to the computer. This talks about the simulator, charging, joystick calibration, binding. You should not need to bind. I've already done that for you as well. But it's still a good idea to keep your instruction manual handy so that you can get an idea of what the indicator lights mean. With that, I will stop this and move over to the computer. Okay, here we go. Here they all are. Sorry about that. All right, so I'll just open all of these. Okay, so Hawks. Looks like we sent these out to someone specific, but this is how we set them up. Arming, angle and position hold we did there, return to home there, and then that one was not used. We can pretty much make them whatever we want. That's kind of my goal here to show you. Our Hawks we send out like this, the 3-position switch for our nav modes, position hold, return to home, acro, angle, horizon, arming, that sort of thing there. This is blank one. This is our Cobra where we set up turtle mode. Looks like this was a different version we set up with a beeper. So maybe on the we don't have it set on the other way. Let's see, turtle mode, emergency modes. So we've done them a couple of different ways. If you want to do them your own way, connect. You're going to go to your receiver tab. And you can see here that, let's see, that's pitch, roll, throttle, yaw. So switch 5 is your SA switch. Channel 6 is your SB. Channel 7 is SC. Channel 8 is SD. So we see that they all work and that they are connected. If you come over here to modes, this is where you can change your switches. So on our remote, SA is our arming switch. If I flip it, then you see the arming square turns a different color. And if you notice, this little tick mark or whatever that is moves in and out of this zone when I change that switch. So next, flight modes. Again, this is a hawk that I'm doing, but it pretty much is going to be, the first 3 switches will be like this. It shows channel 6 is on angle, channel 6 is on horizon. Channel 6 is our 3-position switch, which is SB. So right now, it will automatically start in angle mode. Or you can switch it to horizon mode. Or if you have the switch all the way towards you, it's nothing at all, which means no assisted level, no help. You're all on your own. That's called acro mode. Maybe maybe you don't want acro, the empty one. Maybe you don't want that there. Maybe you don't want the kids to have the option to use no help. What you could do is then you could just drag. And now what you have basically done is turned your 3-position switch into a 2-position switch. But you would then hit save, and that will have changed that setting. You'll notice here, position hold, nav alt hold, and return to home are channel 7. Channel 7 is the SC switch. So when I have it away from me, nothing is done. When I have it in the middle position, it activates alt hold and position hold at the same time. INAV, I read in GitHub that that's the best possible way to get a stable position altitude hold, is to use them both at the same time. So that's the way I have it set up. And then lastly, if you get into some emergency or something like that, you pull the switch all the way towards you. That's your return home. That brings it back to you. So as you see, I move in it. It's this one, it's that one, and then it's that one are being controlled by the SC switch. And then lastly, like I said, this is a hawk, so I set channel 8 to activate waypoints. I'll need to do another video on how to set up waypoints, but this is an option. Some of the other options you saw, I had channel 8 set up with a beeper. So what you could do, you would remove this one, and we will find the beeper. See, all of these are options that you can assign to a switch. If you need more info, you can always go to the GitHub about INAV, and it will give you that information. So if I wanted to have a beeper set instead of waypoints, I would just go to 8. It's a 2-position switch, so I want to slide it over to the right. And then as you can see, I would have my beeper on a switch. If you didn't want to do the beeper, if you wanted turtle mode, that's this one. Turtle mode makes it possible for you to flip over if you've crashed and are upside down. Same thing, you're just going to go in there, you're going to go to channel 8, you're going to slide it over to there, and as you can see, you would then have that assigned to channel 8. There's other options that you can look into. Again, like I said, I would suggest reading up on these other options before you go trying them out. But this is what you would do if you wanted to modify, or if you just wanted to see what switches were assigned to what. And that is everything I think you need to know about the remote. One thing I will mention, your remote, I think I mentioned it in the other video, but the throttle stick always needs to be all the way down before it will arm. And then, of course, turning on and turning off is a press and hold until you hear tones. And I think that's it.